right, a very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight right here on the broadcast. You're just in time for KUTV Primetime News. But before we get into informing you what is shaping the world of news tonight, let's get an introduction.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That's right, we are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can also interact with us on other social media platforms on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now tonight we begin with politics, where the United Democratic Alliance, UDA, has kicked off its grassroots mobilization drive aimed at electing new party officials ahead of the 2027 general election. The internal party elections scheduled for January 6, 2026 have prompted senior party leaders to rally supporters to register in order to participate in the voting process and back their preferred candidates. With voter registration set to close on December 23rd, party members in 21 counties that are yet to conduct their elections will head to the ballot to select new officials. Speaking on the preparations, Kimani Chungwa, the Kikuyu Member of Parliament, assured supporters that measures have been put in place to guarantee a smooth and credible exercise.
Kuwa na elected officials, munajua si 2027 inakaribia. Per polling station, president atahitaji agents per polling station, si ndio? Yule anasimama kiti ya MCA atahitaji agents. We want by 2027, wale watachaguliwa per polling station, they will also form the bedrock of our party support base to form our party agents for the presidential vote, for governor seats, senators, women rep, MPs and MCAs. Ili wale viongozi wetu wote tutachagua, tutakuwa na a very loyal team of party members and party supporters who will guard our vote in 2027. Wale ambao hatakuwa agents ndio hatakuwa mobilizers wetu per polling station. We therefore want to create a movement, a national movement, but one that starts from the grassroots. Julishe wanachama wetu, wajitayarishe, wajisajili kama wanachama wa UDA, ili ikifika tarehe 10 wale ambao are registered members of UDA, because we want to make sure that the people we elect are elected by our party members, because that is what the law says and that is what is right, so that we make sure we elect people who believe in UDA.
Now, at State House, Nairobi, President William Ruto conferred the title of Senior Counsel on 4 Kenyan advocates of the High Court, among them former Director of Public Prosecutions Nordin Haji. Speaking during the ceremony, the President said the elevation to Senior Counsel comes with heat and responsibility, calling on the appointees to safeguard democracy, strengthen legal institutions, champion necessary reforms, and expand access to justice. The 4 new Senior Counsel now join a list of 54 others who were previously conferred with the rank by the President.
Being Senior Counsel is not a destination. It is not a place you arrive. It is a place that gives you an opportunity to serve this nation better and more. I'm informed that part of what is required of Senior Counsel is to continuously contribute to the development of the legal profession in Kenya, not in the narrow sense of law, but in the wider space of public policy, making contributions in supporting the relationship between the bar and the bench, going out of your way to mentor younger lawyers, and supporting the legal profession in every way that you are called upon. And therefore, this morning is yet another great morning that I confer on you the rank of Senior Counsel. I am not a lawyer myself, but by virtue of my office, and I'm very proud that we are building a bigger pool of knowledgeable professionals.
Religious leaders in Kirinyaga County are urging the government to abandon plans to regulate church activities under the proposed church bill. Leaders from the Gospel Churches Council International warned that state interference in faith matters risk political backlash for the Kenya Kwanza administration. Speaking on behalf of the council, Archbishop James Maina Kigia of the Holy Ghost Churches argued the government should target rogue religious leaders accused of misconduct rather than impose blanket regulations. The bishops say holding individual offenders accountable will safeguard religious freedom while restoring order and credibility in worship places.
Kisa haikuanza kufanywa regulation wakati huu, hata wakati wa 1952, hata wakati wa 1963 tulipokuwa tunaanza makanisa. Hii makanisa ilikuwa inafanywa regulation. Mzee Kenyatta alisema kuna uhuru wa kuabudu. Beleni hatukuwa na uhuru, lakini ikafanywa regulation. Wakati tulipata uhuru, president wetu wa kwanza akasema kuna uhuru wa kuabudu. Na hata sasa, hata ile serikali iko tuna uhuru wa kuabudu. Hata vile watafanya, uhuru utabaki wa kuabudu vile constitution ya Kenya inasema. Lakini wale wanahubiri kwa njia nyingine, wanatoka kwa maandiko ama kwa ukweli wa neno, hawa regulation itawashika, sababu hawahubiri kwa neno la Mungu, bali ni kwa upendo wao.
Yangu kwa mambo ya regulation ya makanisa, serikali inaweza jaribu kufinyiria makanisa sana, kwa sababu ya yale mambo watalete maybe, na pia sheria inaletangwa kwa watu ambao ni wapotofu na wale ambao ni watu wakamilifu. So hata kama regulation imeletwa, kwangu mimi ninaona kama wakati mwingine wanafanya mambo hawawezi kujistiri, kwa sababu huwezi pigana na Mungu.
I'll take that again. The government plans to fully operationalize all gazetted administrative units across the country within the next 6 months to improve access to public services. This is according to Principal Secretary for Interior and National Administration Raymond Omolo. Speaking at a fundraiser in Agenda Village, Omolo said the move aims to bridge services gaps, particularly in remote and underserved areas. He also urged young people to avoid being used by politicians to settle scores, encouraging them instead to engage in development-focused, people-centered empowerment programs that benefit their communities.
In Migori here, there are several administrative units that were gazetted that are yet to be operationalized so that we can get services closer to the people. Last week, when His Excellency met all the chiefs and assistant chiefs from across the country, and when he launched our Jukwaa la Usalama report, he gave us directives that within the next 6 months, all administrative units that were gazetted and yet to be operationalized, be operationalized. And he has asked the team at Treasury, together with Parliament, to make resources available for us to do this. And therefore, Mheshimiwa Odege, the issue of the ACC here and the other locations and divisions that are yet to be operationalized, we are going to do so over the next 6 months so that our people can get the services they deserve easily.
Now, residents of Kilindini have called on Interior Cabinet Secretary Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen to launch an immediate investigation into the death of a young man allegedly shot by a police officer under unclear circumstances. The appeal was made during the deceased funeral, where local leaders strongly condemned the incident, terming the use of excessive force by security officers unacceptable. Hamid Babusa, the Kinakombo ward representative alongside Galole, Member of Parliament, said Hiribaye urged the Ministry of Interior to carry out a swift, thorough and transparent investigation to establish the exact circumstances surrounding the shooting. The leaders emphasized the need for accountability, warning that unresolved cases of alleged police brutality continue to erode public trust in security agencies.
Police Polisi ambaye kuwa ako na adabu na polisi ambaye kuwa anajua kazi yake hawezi kugeuka akamfanyia mambo mabaya raia mtu wote. Yule ambaye kuwa anaweza kufanya mambo kama haya hajui kazi yake, na sisi tutamwonyesha kazi yake. Unanielewa? Lakini kwa hivyo msiwe na wasiwasi. Hapa Kinakomba kuna shida, si Kinakomba Galole constituency. Najua kuna OCS hapa amekuwa amejifanya hana adabu. Unanielewa? Huyo OCS nimepata malalamishi mengi sana kuhusu yeye, na huyo tutaandamana na yeye. Hata yeye ndiye amekuja hapa akaongoza hii kuja usiku wa manane hapa kuja kufanya operation hapa ya usiku ya urongo, alafu akaua huyu kijana. Nataka uniambie mtu ambaye kwa yuko kwa pikipiki, huyu wa vijana wawili wako kwa pikipiki, ni tishio kwa polisi mpaka atumie bunduki. Hawa walikuwa kwa pikipiki, wampiga huyu kijana, wamempiga yule mwingine mwenzake kwa pikipiki, hata pikipiki yenyewe pia wameipiga risasi.
Now on that note, we are taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Aliwahi kuwa bingwa wa dunia wa ndondi WBC na hivi sasa anamiliki kituo cha mafunzo ya wanandondi.
Ni kazi ngumu kusema ukweli. Ndio kwa maana nilisema ni lazima ukuwe na roho ndio ingia boxing. Juu kama hauna roho, juu ukiangalia hata mtu kukuja tu kutrain tu ana give up haraka.
Tegea simulizi ya Fatuma Zarika wiki hii katika kipindi cha Mwanamke Mwake ukiwa nami Caroline Kimwele.
Transforming through technology, innovation is not just our pursuit, it's our purpose. At Kenyatta University, we lead through research, powering ideas that shape industries, communities, and nations. Our partnerships span continents, connecting visionaries, scholars, and change makers. Here, every breakthrough has a human story. Every success begins with curiosity and grows through courage. Today, we celebrate that spirit in every graduate ready to imagine the world. Because tomorrow doesn't wait, it begins here. Kenyatta University will hold the 58th graduation ceremony on 19th Friday, December 2025 from 8 a.m. at KU Main Campus Graduation Square. The ceremony will also be streamed live on KU TV and radio, YouTube and KU website and social media. For more information, please contact the Office of the Registrar Academic on 0208703092 or 0786335111 or visit the KU website at www.ku.ac.ke. Kenyatta University, transforming higher education, enhancing lives.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango Sylvia.
Welcome back. Remember, this broadcast is also live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. And you can also interact with us on our social media platforms on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, health professionals have raised alarm over the rapid increase in lifestyle-related illnesses such as diabetes, hypertension, and cancer now affecting families worldwide. The concern emerged during a free medical camp organized by Joseph Guchui in partnership with several healthcare facilities. The outreach revealed that many residents are living with chronic conditions silently due to high medical costs and limited access to quality healthcare. Speaking at the camp, Dr. Guchui urged communities to embrace healthier lifestyles through balanced diets, reduced carbohydrate intake, regular physical activity, and avoidance of alcohol. Experts warn that without sustained lifestyle changes and a stronger preventive health care, these diseases will continue to strain families and health systems.
Magonjwa ambayo tumeona hapa ni magonjwa ambayo yanasumbua wakazi wa huku. Tukianzia na magonjwa yanayohusika na vile mtu anavyoishi, yani lifestyle diseases. Tukiangalia sana sana hapa tunapata watu ambao wanajileta hapa kwenye camp wana ugumu ama wanasumbuliwa sana na magonjwa kama yale ya hypertension. Tunapata wengine wanasumbuliwa na magonjwa ya sukari, ugonjwa wa arthritis, magonjwa ambayo yanahusu akili kutoka depression mpaka kwenye magonjwa ya utumizi wa madawa. Hapa tumeweza kuona leo kuna idadi kubwa ya watu ambao walijileta. Hivyo kunaonyesha ya kwamba matibabu huku Juja hayapo kwa hali ya juu, kumaanisha kuna watu ambao kuna kiwango kikubwa cha watu ambao hawapati matibabu yanayostahili. Lifestyle diseases ni magonjwa ambayo yanaweza kuwa na kinga cha urahisi, kwa sababu haya ni magonjwa yanahusika na jinsi mtu anavyoishi. Iwapo mtu angeweza kujichunga mwenyewe, kujichunga kwa jinsi ambavyo anakula, kujichunga kwa jinsi ambavyo anafanya mazoezi, kujikinga na msongamano wa mawazo, mambo kama hayo yanaweza punguza idadi ya watu ambao wanagonjeka haya magonjwa ambayo yanaitwa lifestyle diseases. Zaidi ya hapo, kuna magonjwa ya akili, magonjwa kama vile depression, magonjwa ambayo yanahusika na utumizi wa mihadarati. Pia hao tunaweza kuwasaidia.
Our tourism stakeholders along the Kenyan coast have raised 2.2 million Kenyan shillings to launch a coordinated program targeting the invasive Indian house crow, a species linked to environmental damage, public health risk, and disruptions of tourism infrastructure. The Mombasa County government contributed 1 million Kenyan shillings, while hotels and private sector players added 1.2 million Kenyan shillings. These funds are part of a 10 million Kenyan shilling seed capital and mark for long-term eradication efforts across the coast region. Speaking at the launch, Dr. Sam Ikwai, chair of the Mombasa Tourism Council, said the private sector intervened in response to growing concerns over the bat's impact on urban life and tourism facilities.
We're happy that today we're able to achieve the mark that was allocated to the tourism industry. In the last meeting, we agreed to segment the seed money 10 million per different sectors, with tourism sector required to contribute at least 2 million, aviation 2 million, transport 2 million, manufacturing 2 million, and other sectors. And today we've been able to realize the contribution from the sector, with Mombasa County contributing 1 million shillings through the Department of Tourism and Mombasa Tourism Council, and many other stakeholders are contributing up to 1.2 million. So far we can say that we have exceeded the contribution for the tourism industry, with the many other hotels having contributed in kind. So we are hoping that we're going to do the mathematics and should be able to declare the full amount in due course. The campaign is ongoing, and we are reaching out to many other corporates. We are starting to interest tourists who are going to come to Mombasa during this festive season to contribute, because we are going to give each hotel, each attraction center at the airport, at the SGR, and in every hotel, and even in shopping malls, we're going to have contribution points. So you should be able to contribute whatever you'll be able to contribute to this kitty, and we're hoping that we're going to sustain the campaign.
Now, a hard-hitting study by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers launched in Nairobi with the German embassy in Nairobi and GIZ Kenya shows the country is losing over $5.3 billion annually in unrealized exports. Despite ready markets, manufacturers face high energy costs, slow approvals, and inefficient logistics. Leaders warn that without urgent reforms, Kenya will continue exporting potential instead of products. The report calls for faster digitization, port efficiency, stronger value chains, and serious support for SMEs to reclaim lost ground and compete regionally and globally.
We have 5.2 billion USD of untapped export opportunities here in Kenya, which I think is a very strong number.
Global trade is going through a period of heightened volatility. The traditional assumptions we have relied on, predictable shipping routes, stable trade policies, consistent demand, and accessible markets no longer hold. We also have noticed that the Red Sea disruptions experienced this year added weeks to shipping schedules and increased logistic costs for exporters. Fluctuations in commodity prices, especially energy and cereals, have further escalated production costs for local manufacturers. Our industries can only survive this volatility if we fix the bottlenecks that are within our control. This being the cost of power, the cost of transport, efficiencies at the ports, and regulatory predictability, which all impact our competitiveness.
The findings of this study will go a long way in informing the reforms in areas such as formulation of export development and promotion policy, strengthening of sector-specific export strategies, enhancing export financing and insurance, improving market intelligence and data system, and supporting innovation, product development, and standards compliance.
We are taking yet again a very short break. We'll be back with sports. Stay with us.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote to the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi wale hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili bila uoga.
Watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi,
wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Welcome back. Now in sports tonight, local youths in Molo constituency are turning to indoor games like pool, darts and drafts to tackle rising drug abuse and criminal activity. At the 3-day indoor games tournament held at Friends Sports Arena, Tewa, participants led by Samuel Maina and Mungai Wangombe lauded MP Kimani Kuria for organizing the event. They encouraged more young people to engage in sports as a positive alternative and adopt a fresh start for a safer, better Kenya.
Mchezo wa pool competition ni kali sana. Watu ni wengi walikuwa wametoka every place kuja kucheza michezo ya dance na wengine michezo ya pool. Sasa mchezo wa pool hii tournament ni kali, lakini mtu anajitahidi tu mahali tu atafika. Mimi nimecheza ya kwanza nikashinda, nikaenda group 2 nikapigwa knockout na nikatoka na nikaridhika.
Tunacheza tu consistent level na tungetaka tu iende zaidi ya hapo, tufike mpaka kiwango international. Wachezaji tuna wazuri kabisa ambao kwa sasa najua tunaweza pata mpaka timu ya taifa ambayo inaungana na timu ya existing timu ya taifa, kwa sababu tuna wachezaji wazuri kabisa. Kama mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa nikicheza hii michezo kwa muda wa miaka 3 sasa, ni 4, na kwa hiyo miaka 4 mimi nimekuwa nikiongoza kwa namba 1 kila wakati. Anataka tupate tu ufadhili mzuri zaidi kutoka hapa tuende mbele kidogo.
Now, Plascon Paints has officially become a corporate sponsor for Gor Mahia Football Club for the 2026 season through a strategic partnership agreement. Speaking at the signing ceremony, the club's patron Eliud Owalo described the collaboration as a significant milestone, noting that Plascon, formerly Sadolin Paints, has joined forces with one of Kenya's most prestigious sports brands. Olo highlighted the club's long-term vision to become Africa's largest and most successful football organization, adding that Gor Mahia will continue welcoming new corporate partners next year while strengthening its governance and operational standards.
It's our pleasure this morning to unveil this partnership between Gor Mahia Football Club and Plascon. It's a partnership that is mutually beneficial to both parties. As you are aware, all private sector concerns pursue to market their products as much as possible. And to do this, they need to get into a strategic alignment with strong brands. Gor Mahia is a strong brand. You are aware Gor Mahia has been in existence since 1968, and it is the most successful club in East and Central Africa. So this is an opportunity for Plascon to market its products, but is also an opportunity for Gor Mahia to benefit by way of some monetary inflow, capital inflow.
Okay, this is not our first partnership in terms of sponsorship, and we just adopt the procedure that is known, that you first of all have to negotiate and agree on terms. The terms include the length of the sponsorship and the requirements of the sponsor, and normally we would agree, like here we've done 1 year renewable, and we have signed it. Now signing, of course, brings in law of contract, so therefore we have to observe the terms of the agreement.
All right, now that brings us to the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for choosing our news tonight and for staying with us this far. Today we didn't have a sign language interpreter, but on behalf of the production team led by my producer Edward Nyamu and director Mutegi K. Martin, thank you so much for being with us. My name is Anyango Sylvia. Have yourself a lovely night.